Hi, this is Ruth Essex reporting for 40 Plus Style, and today I'm going to tell you about the inverted triangle body shape. Now, how do you know if you've got this? You need to look at your shoulders. How wide are your shoulders in comparison to your hips? If your shoulders are wider than your hips, so effectively you make this shape from the shoulders down to the waist and to the hips, you have got the inverted triangle body shape. You will find that you're probably quite big busted, and you'll also find that you've probably got quite a small waist. You're in good company in this body shape because Naomi Campbell is your body shape, and she's a model, and as you have probably seen on the catwalk, clothes hang very nicely off that body shape. You've got some nice shoulder line to support it. Some people feel that they have quite a masculine body shape. Swimmers tend to have wider shoulders because of the type of sporting athletics that they do. So if you want to soften this body shape, the main thing you need to consider is balancing your hips out with your shoulders. And the easy way to do that is widen your hips. Okay, so let me give you an example of something that looks great on the inverted triangle body shape. Here, this is a tulle skirt. Now, obviously tulle skirt's not for everybody, but it's an example of a skirt that has got a lot of pleating on it. Because you have got a small hip line, you've got a small bottom, you've got slim legs, you can afford the extra fabric. It will also show off that you have a slim waist as well. So you've got your shoulders out here, into the waist for the waistband, and out again because you've got the pleats. So effectively you're creating almost an hourglass shape there. So you can afford to have skirts and trousers actually that have got pleating around them, something that will add volume to your hips. Now you don't have to change your body shape, you can work with it just as it is and go for a slimmer fit, but it tends to look good when you have balance between the shoulders and the hips. Another type of, well, it's a top really, that is going to look good on you is this shape. I've stolen this from my daughter. Yes, it is a bit tight for me. Because you have got quite big bust line, skinny straps are going to look strained on you. Even if they're not, they're going to look strained. So to balance or to minimise the breadth of your shoulders, go for a wider strap on your tops and dresses. It just, if you have a wider strap, you've got more fabric covering your skin, and therefore it tends to be more flattering, and it doesn't look like it's under strain with your boobs. The other thing is, if you look at this hemline, it's got what I call the frown line. So it goes down at the side, up in the middle, and down at the other side. This is a great shape for you for tunics because you've got the wide straps at the top to accommodate your bigger bust line, and you've got more volume going on around the hip line. And even with this one, you've got a changing colour going on here, and you've got extra brightness. You've got the pink thrown into the animal print. So this is a great shape for tunics for you because you can afford the extra bulk around your hips, and it creates another softer shape for you, putting your shoulders back into balance. Another top tip for people who've got broad shoulders, narrow waist and small hips is the statement sleeve. You are in luck because there are loads of these all over the catwalks, in the shops, online, available for you. So if you don't go for a short sleeve. Again, this is my daughter's. It's not. I've not gone super tiny. This 3/4 length sleeve leaves this part of your arm exposed. Just pull my jacket up a little bit. And therefore, where there's a break, our eyes are drawn to the line. So if you have a floaty sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve, it's going to draw the eye further down towards your hips where you can afford to have more width. So a floaty sleeve is your friend. Not at the top, because that will draw your eyes back up to your shoulders, but 3/4 length or towards your wrist. Floaty sleeve, very good for you. The hip length belt is hip belt worn on the hip is also good for you. If you pull in your waist and you've got a big bust line, you're going to look quite va-va-voom. And now you might want that, but that might not be appropriate for the workspace, I would say. It might not be great look for church, for example. So a hip length belt will elongate your torso, and with that it will put your broader shoulders and your bigger bust line back into proportion. But the hip belt also expands your hips. So don't go for the waist belt, go for slightly lower, go for a hip belt. Very flattering on an inverted triangle. other tip is if you want to soften your shoulders, because they can be quite squared off sometimes, inverted triangles, go for long scarves. Now this is a great example because you can see it's sort of a chiffon and it's floaty, it's got this fluted edge on it, and if you wear this long, it draws the eye down the body, and what you don't want to do is draw more attention across here. So if you've got a very short scarf, let's show you, if it was all up here, your eye's going to go to this bit, not what you want. Whereas if you wear your scarf down, it will draw the eye down the body and it will break up the bust line, and it will break up your shoulder line because you've got dark, light face, light, dark, breaks it all up, so it's not one broad line and it draws the eye down the body. So long scarves are very good for your body shape. And one last tip for you is when you are looking for shoes, don't go for something super pointy. A chiseled toe, let me show you this one. It's a squared off toe, this one. And the heel is slimish, but it's not a skinny stiletto heel. You see that? You've got a squared off toe here. Now the reason that's good for your body shape is because you have the squared shoulders, you are carrying that line through the body. If you went for a very pointy shoe and you've got slim legs and a fitted top with broad shoulders, you start getting the ice cream cone effect, and it will just take your body right down to a point, which is going to exaggerate the width of your shoulders. So go for a square toe and it puts your body back in balance. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. I have a whole rack and rail here of more things to tell you about wearing, what to wear and how to balance this body shape. So please come over to the Stylist Club and join us there for a bit more information. Okay, thank you. Bye.